In today's video, we're going to work with Exandra. Exandra here is a 7-year-old warm blood, Dutch warm blood. She came to me just a few days ago. She's originally from Holland. She came about a year ago, and she's been in training for that whole year up to about 6 weeks ago. And she's, I guess, developed an issue of when they were going to ask for a canter, she would want to rear and pitch. I don't know how aggressive it got, but it sounded like, you know, she wanted to rear up. It was enough where that trainer didn't want to have to deal with it. And so the owners of the horse have brought him over to me saying, hey, what can you do with her? And so what I've been doing with her is just some groundwork and some rope work. Just really getting her comfortable on the ground, communicating. Yesterday was the first day of getting on her, and she gave me a little bit of that behavior. So today we thought we'd film and just see what we have, see if we can do a little problem solving to figure out what's going on. Because they've gone through and done all kinds of tests on her, you know, chiropractic. The vets have looked at her, they've done some blood work with her. So, you know, they're really trying to figure out what's going on with her. And from what I'm seeing so far, it seems like a behavior thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if there maybe was some pain and that's turned into a habit. So we'll just see what we've got today. So I'm gonna hop on. I've already done some of the groundwork with her, some of the rope work, and she's, you know, every day is getting better and better with it. So the first thing that I want to do, and just like I do with any of my horses that I first start, is can I get lateral flexion? You know, she kind of already just wants to go someplace, and I'm just like, no, let's just hang out here. So can I get lateral flexion? Then can I get a turn on the forehand or a disengagement here? Moving that hind around the front. So I do that by coming on with a little inside calf, saying move around. There, nice. And then I'm going to ask for a little bit of turn on the haunches. So can I move the front end around the hind end? Much better than yesterday. Yesterday it was like she didn't even know what to do. And which is a little surprising to me for a horse that's been in training for over a year to not really have an understanding of that yet. So I'm going to ask for a bend. So I pick up and flex her. So because I don't want her, she's just saying, let's go, let's walk off, and I'm just saying, no, let's hang out here. So I soften my seat, asking for her to relax, and now I'm just looking for her to flex and bend her head and neck. It doesn't have to be far, that's enough there, she just needs to be soft in my hand. Now I'm going to ask the hind to move, so I come on with this leg here, say, move your hind end around. So these are just the 3 fundamental movements that I'm looking for. Lateral flexion, move the hind, and now I'm going to open and say, hey, can you move your front end over? So I open up my right, this leg just stays soft here. I don't really want to lift, it's just staying soft. I come on with my left leg. I might even use the crop on her shoulder a little bit to say, let's step your shoulder over there. Thank you very much. And now I'll allow her to walk out of that. So just allow her to go, not asking for anything too major there. Now I'm going to relax back down. Say, hey, will you come with me? She doesn't, so I just start picking up a bend and bending her. waiting on her to come to a halt. Now I ask the hind to move, because before I go off and do anything, I want to be sure that I have some communication going. Do I have some control over the feet, over the body part? So I'm asking the hind there. Good. Now I'm going to open, and she's walking forward, so I put a little feel with the outside. There we go. There we go. And then I'm going to let her walk out of that. So now we have a basic understanding of moving the hind, moving the front, flexing. And so I'm just going to go on out here and just follow the rail. So I'm going through different things to see, okay, is there a hole somewhere? Why would she do that? Why would she go into rearing? Because horses don't just do bad behaviors for no reason. There has to be something that's causing it. So is it a pain issue? Is it they've been restricted too much? Is she confused? You know, so I'm just walking around here going, okay, can you just do some basic stuff? Follow the rail. And now I'm going to ask for some circles in the corner here. And I don't want her to go too deep. I think whoever was riding her before rode her really deep. And so she kind of just drops her weight onto her forehand when she gets too low and too deep. Here, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But it'll be interesting, as soon as I start making a turn, she wants to drop. So if I pick up and do a circle here, can she stay upright? Yeah, not too bad. But I'm looking for a bend through her body. So I'm going, okay, can you keep a nice forward walk? Follow the line of travel that I'm asking for, whether it's a circle or going straight ahead. And can you bend your body on whatever line of travel that I'm on? So pretty nice. Lax in the bending a little bit, so we'll go back the other way, but all in all, not bad. And so now I'm going to circle in this corner here. Yeah, pretty nice. So that's all going pretty well. So now I'm going to ask her to pick up a trot. So I just bring my life up and say, hey, are you with me? If she's not, I'm going to reach back and tickle her a little bit with the crop to say, come on, let's go, let's go. She wants me to really push her. I'm like, no, this is your job. My life comes up. When my life comes up, I want you with me. And now I'm just going to pick up a circle. She's a little too low. So I'm going to say, no, stay up here. So not bad. And head on down the rail. Another circle here. So I'd like just a tiny bit more flexion in her first two vertebrae of her neck. There. And as soon as I start asking for that, her stride gets interrupted. She wants to slow down on one side and then she speeds up on the other. So the rhythm's not as good as I'd like. Part of that is the stiffness. So I'm keeping my hands a little bit more up just to keep her up so she doesn't drop too low. Like there. So I want her back up again. Yeah. Just working on nice rhythmic trot. And we get a same size circle every time and a circle, not where she's bulging in or out. And do I have a nice bend through her body? So not too bad, so I'll let her out of that. And I might even give her a little bit of rein. Let her stretch. Let her lengthen if she wants to. But when she does that, I want her nose out. I don't want her nose tucked back. See, she's a little bit tucked back there. It's more like I want her reaching down to grab a blade of grass out in front of her. Yeah, more like that. So that's enough. And then I'm going to pick her back up again. So I don't want her forehead what's down on the ground. I want her nose always out in front. So there, I'm going to say no, let's come back up. We're going to go the other direction now. And do some circles this way. A little bit low, a little bit deep, so I'm going to lift the inside rein up here saying stay up, but flex. Because again, she's not really flexing in this part of the neck here. My life comes up and she's not there, so I tap her with the crop. Saying flex your neck, but keep your head up. Yeah. Good. So I'm just looking for that rhythm with the bend in the head and neck. Good, not bad there. Head on down. And then we'll pick up another circle here. So there she kind of just grabbed and was like, hey, let me just go back to the other corner. So I'm not getting a soft bend through the neck. There we go. And then she starts leaving out the outside shoulder. So it's like she's giving one or the other. And lifting, saying stay soft, stay upright, connected, don't leave through the outside shoulder. So I put a little outside rein, a little outside knee, a little higher there. She gets too low, I pick up with both hands. Catch the outside shoulder, shift my weight to the inside a little bit, because every time we come over there, she wants to leg yield over to her buddies in the corner. Yeah, better. And now I'm gonna allow her to stretch down. But again, I want her nose out, not tucked back. So they get a much better stretch when the nose is out there instead of sucked way in. It's a more balanced stretch and it's not hyper flexing the horse. So that's all looking pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna set up for the canter, and I'm just gonna ride a trot down the rail to the corner. At the corner, I'm gonna pick up a circle. And just like we've been doing, I'm looking for a nice circle. Is she with me? And as I come around, right about here, next time around, I'm going to ask for the canter. But you have to stay up here, miss. If everything's right, looks pretty good, and canter on. So I'm going to allow her a place to go. And this is nice. And allow her back down. So just for a split second, I felt the hesitation in her, like, oh, I don't know. But then she took it and just went with it. And I think the other lead is the one that was causing her more issues than this lead. But we'll do another one on this side first, and then we'll go to the other direction. Helps to prove to her that it's okay. If she's feeling pretty good cantering this way, she'll feel more like she can do it the other way then. So what she's challenged with right now, she's not wanting to flex through her neck. She kind of wants to fall in on her shoulder. So I'm just walking here a bit, letting her catch her breath, but then also saying, hey, can you flex your head and neck? Good. And I'll ask for the trot. Next time around, right about at H, I'll ask for the canter if she's good. Shift my weight back and out and canter. Nice. She wants to get a little too deep, so I'm really saying, hey, up here. Good, and back down. Nice. And we'll give her that on that direction. So nothing major showing up yet, which is good. You know, yesterday she didn't really give me a problem this way, just a tiny bit, but the other way she, you know, was like, no, I can't do it, and started hopping up and down a little bit. So we'll see what horse we have today. So I'm going to go back to trotting. Can I get a nice circle at the trot? Getting her soft and flexible. too low, too deep. What I mean by too deep is she starts bringing her nose behind the vertical. She starts bringing her nose to her chest. And I want her nose to always be in front of the vertical. As we get more into collection, it'll come more right onto the vertical, but never behind. Okay, not too bad. So next time when I get about to M, I'll ask for the canter. Shift my weight out and ask. Yeah. Wasn't right when I asked, but it was pretty good. She's a little weaker this side. But she feels better than she did yesterday. Okay, if you want to go down there, bring your nose out. Don't. So I'm going to either encourage her by giving her the whole rein, saying get out there, or if she's not even going to take that, I might pick her back up again, and we might have to re-educate her to say, hey, get your nose out there, by just feeding the reins out a little bit. Okay, so we'll set her up and ask for that again. I'm just giving her a little bit of a reward here. And then pick up a trot. So my wife comes up. If she's not with me, a little bit of a activation of the crop. Asking her to flex. Saying up here. Good, and we'll ask up. She kind of fizzled right when I wanted her to go, so we'll set it up and do it again. This time I'm going to be aware of that and not let her. And canter. So it's just interesting as we head down the rail. It's almost like she wanted to switch. Like there, she was thinking, oh, it's time to switch, isn't it? And I think they've actually were playing, you know, supposedly she already knows how to do flying changes. And so that looked like that's what she was doing. She's like, okay, I'm getting tired in this lead. Let me just switch into the other lead. But all in all, that's pretty good. Nothing that I'm really finding other than some conditioning and strengthening exercises. Lots of circles, lots of bending, saying stay up. Don't get too deep, don't get too low, keeping her, because when she does that, her whole weight shifts forward. So I'm saying, no, stay up here, keep your weight rocked back. And in the beginning, it doesn't take long and they get tired because they're carrying themselves in a new posture, in a new frame. And then just going back to the basic stuff of saying, hey, can you walk, trot, canter on a straight line and on a circle? and really getting her supple and soft there. Here she's kind of just saying, let's go, so I'm going to wait on her, put a feel. Now she's sticking her head too much up and out, so I'm just going to hold it till she kind of softens and drops. And see if I can find her backup cue here. Good. But my guess is part of the rearing issue is she's a real sensitive horse to the touch. And the rope work, she was really bothered with that. And so she's getting better with it. But when she gets confused, she then goes, I don't like this. How about I just start rearing? And that can intimidate people. And after a couple times of doing that, she figures out, okay, that's a good way to intimidate my rider. And so it's going back and just being more clear. Can I get clear with her, breaking things down, making it more simple, saying, this is all you need to do right here, right now. Because if she's already doing flying lead changes, but doesn't have some of these other more basic maneuvers down, it's no wonder she's getting confused, because she doesn't understand, you know, the change of the bend and the change of the shifting of the weight from one side to the other side. And you start forcing that to happen, and she's like, ah, and then she's just gonna pitch a fit because she doesn't understand what's going on. So we'll just keep playing with her and see if the behavior shows up again, or maybe we can diffuse it enough to say, hey, if we break things down simple enough for you, maybe she doesn't ever have to go there. But we'll just keep you all posted on how things go. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.